Are you there, Chris?
Hello, Clive. You've got Chris from High Wycombe.
Oh, right.
You accepted the wrong answer from Roland about how many states are in Australia. He said 7.
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you, there are 6 states and there are 2 territories. Now, he obviously said 7 because he's assumed the northern part of Australia is a state. It's not. It's the Northern Territory. And I heard you say to him, can you mention them? You listening to me? Eh? Oh dear. Now,
that's really interesting, Chris. Go on.
I'm going to give it all to you because I'm going to tell you the states and the capitals.
If you could.
And the territories, right.
Have you got the latitude and longitude for all this as well?
No, it's just that I know because I've been there. Right, you've got Western Australia, capital Perth. That's 1 state. You've got Queensland, capital Brisbane. That's 2 states. You've got South Australia, capital Adelaide. That's 3 states. You've got Western Australia, capital Perth.
No, you said that one.
I said that. Who just said that?
No, you're repeating yourself now, Chris.
No.
Try again.
Western Australia, capital Perth.
Yes.
Queensland, capital Brisbane.
Yes.
South Australia, capital Adelaide. New South Wales, capital Sydney. Queensland, capital Brisbane.
No, you've had that one already.
I don't know who's saying that. I've already said that.
You're having us on, aren't you?
No, I'm not. You've got Victoria, capital Melbourne. You've got Tasmania, which I don't know the capital of. Now, the 2 territories are Northern Australia, capital Darwin, which is a territory. It's not a state. And you've got Canberra, which is a territory, not a state. You've got Tasmania, which I don't know the capital of.
Well, we've had that
I've already said that.
Well, that's 9 you've got now, isn't it?
No. There's someone else keeps coming on the phone.
Oh, dear. So,
you've got Western...
These territories, are they in the States or what?
No, there's 2 territories. One is Northern Territory, the capital of which is Darwin.
So which state is that in?
There's someone else keeps coming on the phone. There is Northern Territory is not a state. The territory...
Well, which state is it in then?
It's not a state. It's Northern Australia. The territories, the states are Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. They are the 6 states of Australia. I don't know who's saying that. I've already said that.
Well, who said that then? Was that you, Chris?
No, you've got Chris here from High Wycombe. There's someone else coming in. You had Roland came on and said there were 7 states in Australia.
Yes.
There are not 7 states, there are 6. Right. I'll go through it again. Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania are the 6 states. You've then got the Northern Territory, which he was confused with, obviously, because the Northern Territory is probably the 2nd biggest area in Australia. Right. But it is a territory, it's not a state.
Yeah.
So, Clive, I'm sorry, you've accepted a wrong answer.
So what was Roland's answer then?
Roland said there were 7 states. There aren't. There's 6 states and 2 territories. One being Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, which is a territory. And the Northern Territory, for some unknown reason, between you, me, and the Aborigines, is a territory. It's not a state.
Oh.
I'm awfully sorry about this. I hate to correct you, Clive.
No, you don't. You're loving it. You wouldn't have phoned up otherwise. How many states did Roland say then?
7, and you accepted it.
How many?
7. Which is right if he accepted the Northern Territory as a state, and it's not a state. The Northern Territory, for some unknown reason, between you, me, and the Aborigines, is a territory. Who is this person that keeps coming in here, Clive?
Well, it's you, isn't it? You're rambling.
No, there's someone else coming in on this phone call.
I mean, correcting us on the quiz is one thing, but...
the fact of the matter is,
yes.
I hope you've got it right again. I'll give you the 6 states once more. Right. Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia... Oh, my God, who's that person?
What's the matter?
Well, this person just came in and said South Australia.
That was you.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't me.
And it wasn't me.
Did you say anything, Andrea?
I'm afraid not, no.
Would you care to ring me up and talk about this again?
Well, I think it's going to be easier if you sent a letter or something, isn't it?
Well, no, it's a simple thing. I just love...
It doesn't sound very simple at all. I wish we'd never started this now.
I just want to correct you. Unfortunately, Roland was wrong. There are not 7 states in Australia. There seems to be someone else on this line who I can't... Now, I should try it again. Is Angela listening?
Yes,
Andrea.
Andrea.
Intently.
Get this down. There's Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales. There's Western Australia. Oh, God.
What?
Well,
Western Australia, you've had that twice.
No, that's not me, mate.
That's going to be 7.
There's this character. It must be one of your minions that's on the end of the line.
We don't have any minions.
Trying to muck me about.
I think it's you having us on.
No, I'm not.
It is, isn't it?
I'm not, mate. I can tell you. I know what I'm talking about Australia.
Do you?
I know. Yeah. I could even tell you the capital of each state.
Can you?
I know it. You actually asked Roland that, and he couldn't.
No, I know. Well, I know. I wanted the name of the states.
Yeah, well, I've given you the name of them, but this character keeps coming in and saying something else. And I can
think you just don't know, Chris, do you?
I'm sitting here on my own.
Come on.
I've got out of bed because I was listening to you on my headphones in bed with my wife because she can't bear me.
I think this is all a bluff. You don't really know what the answer is, do you?
I do. I've told you. And I'm telling you. And now you've got my phone number. Andrea has got my phone number. When you've checked all this, I'd like you to phone me up and say to me, Chris, you were right.
Well, I'd love to say so. We haven't got a straight answer out of you yet, have we?
You have.
Well,
you have.
I only wish it were true. I think we're simply taking the 7 from Roland, really.
I think it's up to 107 by now.
No. It's all quite simple. If this fool that keeps interfering...
Right, well, look, if there's anyone on the line, just stop interfering, will you?
So shall we start again?
Yeah.
Right, I'll give you it. You've got Western Australia. Have you got a pencil there, Clive?
Hang on, yeah, let me write these down.
Right.
Western Australia.
Capital Perth.
Western Australia, capital Perth.
You've got South Australia, capital Adelaide.
South Australia, capital Adelaide.
You've got Queensland, capital Brisbane.
Queensland, capital Brisbane.
Yep. You've got New South Wales, capital Sydney.
New South Wales, capital Sydney.
You've got Queensland, capital Brisbane. What is this?
Queensland,
capital that wasn't me.
Brisbane.
That wasn't me, it just spoke.
So we've got Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, capital Brisbane, New South Wales, capital Sydney, Queensland, capital Brisbane.
That's a fool that's talking now.
I thought it was you.
That's not very nice.
No.
I'm not a fool.
Sorry.
So we've got 5. What are the other 2?
You've got New South Wales, capital Sydney, yeah?
Yeah.
Victoria.
Queensland, capital Brisbane.
You've got Western Australia.
Western Australia.
No, that's not me talking there.
Yeah, that's 6.
No, that wasn't me talking there. You've got someone else talking. You've got Victoria.
I wish you'd spit it out, Chris.
You've got Victoria, capital Melbourne.
Victoria, capital Melbourne. Well, that's 7.
You've got Tasmania.
Tasmania as well.
Capital Hobart.
Capital Hobart. That's 8.
That's the 6th. That's the 6th. You've got South Australia, capital Adelaide. I don't know who that is.
That's 9.
No,
South Australia.
No, you've got someone else there.
Adelaide.
So I've given you 6 states.
I think you're both wrong, aren't you?
No, I'm right. Whoever is on this phone is wrong. So I've given you 6 states. You've got 2 territories. That is Northern Territory, capital Darwin.
Northern Territory.
Capital Darwin.
Capital Darwin.
You've got 2 territories. That's not me. That wasn't me saying that, whoever said that. Then the other territory...
Were they wrong?
...is Canberra.
That other person, were they wrong then?
Well, I don't know who that other person is.
They said there are 2 territories.
There are 2. There's
you agree with him?
There's Northern Territory and Canberra. Canberra is, in fact, the capital of Australia. Most people think it's Sydney, but it's Canberra. That's where the parliamentary capital is and the capital.
Canberra.
I don't know.
Who's saying that then?
Most people think it's Sydney. That wasn't me. Whoever that is.
I don't know what you're playing at, Chris, but...
the problem is I'm right. The problem is, Clive,
yes.
I am right. I know what I'm talking about. I've given you details. I think you are playing a prank on me with that chap.
Well, who is this chap? Come on, speak up.
Is this on radio now or not?
Is that you?
Wait,
is that Chris?
This is Chris. Is this on radio now?
Who said is this on the radio?
Me, Chris.
Oh, that is you?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake.
You've got this other chap.
All right.
If this wasn't on radio now, I'd probably be obscene, but I'm not prone to being obscene. All I know is I know my Australia because one of my wives was Australian. I actually had the pleasure to go to Australia and marry her. Didn't last for long, but nevertheless I did it. And I know my Australia, and Roland was wrong, and you were wrong in accepting his answer as 7 states, because there are not 7 states in Australia. Right, mate.
Okay.
And I don't know who this other joker is on the line, but me, Chris. Yeah. Who is it?
You're both called Chris. Well, that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
No.
All right, well, Chris, thank you very much, and the other Chris as well, for calling.